What's going on, Canes fans? The QB controversy, debate, whatever you want to call it, is back. Now, before we get into this video, a couple of quick things. I am so close to 10,000 subscribers. I believe I'm at 9,900 at the time of filming this video. So if you could help your boy Coop out and smack that subscribe button if you haven't done so already, doesn't cost you a thing. I'm trying to get to 10,000 by the end of October, and I think with the help of my Canes fam and my college football family that we can do it. So hear me out for a second. A lot of you have already seen the title and the thumbnail, and you're thinking, here we go, Coop, not again. Yes, again. Everyone's going to be talking about the quarterback battle at Miami. N'Kosi Perry versus Jarren Williams after the Virginia Tech game. Now, do I think, I'm going to go ahead and give you a quick disclaimer. Do I think that if we had started a different QB at the beginning of the season that it would fix all of our problems? Absolutely not. We have a lot of problems, and we have many things that we need to fix. So the quarterback is not the only issue. But hear me out for a second when I say this. And some of you, I even want you to pause it after I say it and think about it. I have not watched any other Miami Hurricanes YouTubers since the Virginia Tech game was over. You want to know why? Because I do not want it to influence my opinion on this before I post this video. So I've not read any articles. I've not listened to any other YouTubers. Nothing. Think about this. Jarren Williams is the quarterback for the offense that Enos has envisioned in his head, not the offense that is currently out there on the field. Now listen, I'm not trying to say that Jarren Williams is a bad quarterback. If you take a look at his stats, he's a pretty darn good one. And I'm really not even trying to compare the two, Williams and Perry. But when you take a look at the offense that is on the field right now, take the quarterback out of the equation. Look at the tight ends, the wide receivers, the running backs, the offensive line. When you take a look at the offense that is on the field right now, and you look at the type of plays that we're calling, N'Kosi Perry really just kind of makes more sense. Now, before some of you start typing up your comment telling me, Coop, I cannot believe that you would bench Williams after one bad game. Hear me out. I'm asking myself, I'm taking a step back and asking myself, who puts us in the best position to win football games right now? Take a look at our offensive line. Which quarterback is better at scrambling and extending plays? In my opinion, it's Perry. And as I said, I don't think Williams is a bad quarterback. Don't hop in the comment section and tell me, well, Coop, take a look at Williams' stats on this. Coop, take a look. Remember when Williams had this pass? Well, Coop, Williams, listen, I get it. Williams is not a bad quarterback. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to say it. He's not a bad quarterback. But I'm trying to take a look at how this offense is performing right now. Which quarterback puts us in the best position to win now? I'm not even asking about future. I'm not looking at 2020, 2021. I'm talking in this video right now, the 2019 season. Jarren Williams was very accurate up until the Virginia Tech game. But a lot of fans are arguing that it's because a lot of times he took the short route or the check down when he could have potentially taken a shot deep down the field. It comes back to working with what we've got, playing to our strengths. There were several times in the Virginia Tech game, for example, that when the O-line collapsed, Perry was able to roll out, scramble, take a chance deep down the field, and make something happen. Even with the short amount of time that our O-line provides, we've still got guys deep down the field. Now, is that an ideal situation with the offensive line? Absolutely not. Not at all. But it's what we are right now. So answer this question for me. I want you to play hypothetical for a few minutes. Just humor Coop for a second. You're the head coach of a football team. You have two quarterbacks that you're trying to decide which one should start. So you have QB number one that's very accurate, but at times he tends to hold on to the ball too long, and he's a little timid, a little afraid when it comes to taking shots downfield. You have QB number two that's not as accurate, but he can extend plays, and he's not afraid to take shots deep downfield, even if his completion percentage might suffer because of it. All of this keeping in mind that your offensive line is struggling to provide a lot of time for that quarterback. Now listen, if you say the more accurate guy, that's fine. It's okay if you don't agree with my decision. That's what the comment section is for, is so we can talk this out. At the end of the day, let me just go ahead and say it. It's already known. At the end of the day, no Miami fan wants Miami to lose. We all have the same end goal in mind. Winning a national championship, winning football games. That's what we want to get back to. We all just have a different idea of how to get there, and it's okay. Now, I feel like some of you might be afraid to start the guy that takes more chances, but you have to keep in mind that playing it safe is not always a good thing. Football is a game of taking chances. Sometimes you've got to just put the ball up there and trust your guy to make a play. Benny Diaz said that every position will be an open competition for the entire season. If the offense puts up more points with N'Kosi Perry at quarterback, isn't he the guy? Now, I get it. Coop. It's more complicated than that. I understand. And you're right. It is more complicated than that. It's not just about putting points on the board. There's much more there. These coaches see these guys day after day, every practice. We don't. But it seems to me like when I go back and watch the tape, the team just seems to respond better with Perry out there. The body language is just different. Let's take a look at JT's stats over the last couple of games. I think that most Miami fans would agree that Thomas is one of our biggest threats. If you take a look at our first 4 games, Thomas averaged around 33 yards per game. Now take a look at the Virginia Tech game. Once Perry came in, Jeff Thomas racked up 124 yards. He looked like a different guy out there. I sat around today on Sunday, and I was thinking about it. Maybe it's Diaz and Enos trying to play it safe. If Williams is more consistent and more accurate day in and day out at practice, it makes sense. I get it. Maybe Diaz and Enos are trying to think long term, that even if the O-line is struggling, because of his consistency and accuracy at practice, this is the guy that we want to be our QB for many years to come. And you know what? Let me take you back to a video that I posted back in July. This is not a, oh, I told you so. I said it should be this guy. That's not the point of this. What I'm trying to back up here is just saying that I have said that N'Kosi Perry can be a good quarterback. There's a lot of potential there. So this is just a smidget, just a clip of a video that I posted about the quarterbacks back in July. So with all that being said, the starter for the 2019 season, week 0, the quarterback that will lead us to victory against an SEC opponent, the Florida Gators, will be N'Kosi Perry. Now, some of you are sitting back right now, you're scratching your head, you pause the video, you rewind it a little bit, and you're thinking, Coop, you just talked up Jarren Williams and then told me that N'Kosi Perry is going to be the starter. What's going on? Let me give you some facts and let you know how I came to this conclusion. So yes, back in July, during the offseason, I put up a video. I made a video about each quarterback, and I said, here's why Jarren Williams could be the quarterback. Here's why Tate Martell could be the quarterback. Here's why N'Kosi Perry could be the quarterback. After I finished all those videos up, we completed the series. I put out a video, and I said, this is the guy that will be the starting quarterback. This guy makes the most sense. And I picked N'Kosi Perry. Now, again, we don't know what would have happened. N'Kosi Perry might have started against Florida, and we might have got absolutely demolished. We might have lost by even more to North Carolina and Virginia Tech. I don't know. I don't get to see these guys at every practice like the coaches do. I have to trust that the coaches will make the right decision. That's what we all have to do. And then we can see what happens and put our opinion out there. That's all we can really do as fans. But again, it wasn't, the point of me showing that clip is not to say I said it should be N'Kosi Perry. I think Williams overall, given what he has to work with the offensive line and his play style, the way he plays football, has done the best that he can do. And again, it's not been a bad job overall. These football games have been close, and he's played very well up until the beginning of the Virginia Tech game. But sometimes you do have to step back a little bit and say, what is this guy capable of? Given our current situation and our offense and the way it's working right now, what can the other guy do with this? You know? And I could be way off on this. So far off. I've been wrong plenty of times before, and I'm not ashamed to admit that. But I feel like some of this is Enos looking at what he wants this offense to be, but we're not quite there yet. In that offense, Jaren is the guy. But I just wanted to take a minute and give you my opinion on this situation, and I ask that you leave yours down below. Yes, the QB debate is back on. As far as I know, Manny has said that Williams is still the guy. He's QB1, and he's going to come out and start against Virginia, because at the time of filming this video, this is a day after Miami lost to Virginia Tech. So I don't know if you're watching this week, the week Virginia week, or if you're watching this way in the future sometime. So you can laugh and say, ha ha, Coop, he wasn't the guy, or wow, Coop, you were right. I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen? But I've said it many times. I do trust these coaches to make the right decision when it comes to the starting quarterback, and I in no way dislike Williams. I'm just looking at the stats and reading some body language. And some fans have said that Williams injured his shoulder and that he's been trying to work through that potentially, and that's why he's not really as accurate with the deep ball, and that's what's holding him back. I can't confirm or deny this information. I haven't seen anything reported on it. It could be the case, but at the time of filming this video, I don't know. And we have more issues than just the quarterback. Putting in a different guy is not going to fix all of our problems. The O-line is struggling. The defense is also struggling. The play calling on offenses and defense has been questionable many times. We have many more problems than just the quarterback position. But this is a hot topic when you have someone come in who's the guy, throws 3 interceptions, and then another guy comes in and throws for over 450 yards in that game, right? So again, to wrap it all up, if you watch this whole video, you made it through the whole thing, and you're thinking, Coop, you didn't make a lick of sense in this entire video. My point was not to compare Williams and Perry. It wasn't. My point was to say the current offense that is on the field, when you look at the offensive line and the wide receivers, the running backs, and what we have in this system, and the way that the point that we're at in this system, the way everyone's performing, Perry makes more sense to me. And maybe later on in the season, or maybe next year or 2 years from now, when everything's clicking and everyone's doing exactly what they need to do and everyone's playing much better and this system is fully in place and everything's working, maybe Jaren Williams makes more sense. And maybe he does just make more sense anyways, and we've had some bad luck and some bad calls, and we've just not played our best ball on offense and defense. I don't know. Again, I don't have all the answers, but for me, I feel like where we sit right now, that N'Kosi Perry makes the most sense to give us our best chance to win football games. So, as I said, let me know down in the comment section below how you feel about this. It's fine if you disagree. It's fine. It doesn't make you any less of a fan than it makes me any less of a fan. Don't worry about it. That's what the comment section is for, so we can talk it out. And no matter what happens, whether Perry ends up starting for the rest of the season or Williams, or they flip-flop between the two, or heck, even if Enos or Diaz, name someone else the starting quarterback. It doesn't matter. I'm still repping the U all day, every day. Miami Hurricanes, ride or die, period. Remember though, guys, we are all one big happy college football family, but at the end of the day, I gotta say, it's always better when you get to rep the U. Coach Coop, peace out.